Perfect. Hey Shiva, how's it going?
Hi, good. How are you?
Hi, all good as well. So what I want to do is just to interview you for like 5, 10 minutes, talk about your experience, hopefully inspire some people. And yeah, so can you start off by telling everyone a bit about what you do and your background before you started online coaching?
Yeah, so before my background, I live in LA and I was doing in-person personal training and also online coaching um, before I even signed on with you. And before then, I don't know, I was like figuring out what I wanted to do in life. But I've been doing that. I was doing that for like 7 months before I came across you. And for online, I was charging maybe like 450 to like 750 for like a 12-week program.
Mhm.
And then once I signed up with you, I was able to get that up to like around like 1200 to like 1600 per client. So that was really helpful. And for me, like just knowing that I had that flexibility, like that financial flexibility, and also I knew that I was going to work online, I like made the move to move over to the beach in LA, which is further from like my in-person clients. So I feel like I knew I was able to take that risk. I knew I could do it because of the financial flexibility that I have within the online program signing up with you.
Amazing. So you have been trying to grow your online business for quite a while, but it was kind of stuck at side hustle sort of mode, right?
Yeah, so like it was really good for like in the beginning of this year. And then from like May to like August, it just like died down. And then I think that's when I reached out to you in August because I wasn't getting any new leads or and then Facebook was something I was just so used to Instagram, and then Facebook was something that was so new to me. And I was able to learn more about Facebook with you and then generate more leads through Instagram with everything that I learned with you.
Cool. So what did you think that your biggest struggles were actually before you joined the program? Like what was going in life? Where was that turning point where you were almost like, F it, I know I need help. I have to do
Before I signed on with you.
this.
Um, I knew it because I was kind of just like, okay, this is weird. I'm like not getting any more leads on Instagram. Like I don't really have people reaching out to me. Because before I would get so many people, and then I was always like I moved like far for a second from my in-person PT, so like that was kind of like draining. So I was like driving everywhere. Basically, my in-person, I go to my client's home in LA, and LA is huge. And so I knew I need to do something where I can generate like income by like not driving everywhere and like killing myself.
Right. So you're working as a personal trainer and you were just like spending so many hours commuting. How many hours were you working, at your peak? Like a week into
um,
and the weird split shifts and everything.
it was a lot. Like probably like I would have some days like 16-hour days,
Wow.
but like I would only have like 6 or 7 clients because either I have like a weird gap in the afternoon or like I was just like driving from one place to another, and then like once I closed my first like high ticket online client, like I just didn't feel the pressure to like take more in person. And like for me that was such a big relief, and now I can just like hang out at the beach more and like just like what I've been doing, which has been so nice. And then just like taking more time for myself instead of just like driving everywhere.
Mhm.
And like that was just like driving me crazy.
Yeah. And like, I mean, obviously, let's be real, an investment into your business, it was like one of your first ever investments in your online business, right? Um,
Yeah.
so it was scary. It was an amount that you've never invested before. How did you get over that fear of investing? Like, what were the thoughts going through your mind? Were you scared? Were you?
I wasn't scared. I don't know why. I just like trusted. Like I used to always like trust the universe and like whatever, like kind of wherever I end up. So like I wasn't like really like scared. I was more just like okay, like obviously like it's like work, you need to put the work in. So I was like, okay, like more just like, okay, like how am I going to do all this? But then with your coaching, I think that my biggest fear was like, okay, like how am I going to like sell to someone like such a high ticket? And then, but based on like everything I learned from you, I was able to get over the fear. Like once I closed one person, like I felt like so much better. I think I got over the hump and everything like kind of clicked. And then just through the coaching calls and everything, like slowly but surely, like my fear of just like closing high ticket kind of went away.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then what would you say to the people who, like maybe they kind of want to go for it, but they're scared because it's a large investment or they feel like they don't have the money? Do you have any tips for people who might be thinking that?
Yeah, I feel like it's 100% worth it. If like you literally just need to put the work in and it'll happen. I feel like just like with anything, because it is like a proven like way to get people um to buy from you. And I just feel like it kind of makes your like it kind of like levels up like your quality of life.
Mhm.
And you just have more like freedom to like I don't know, do what you actually want to do, which is whether like I don't know if you want to like travel or you want to have like more time for yourself, or like I don't know if you're like a stay-at-home mom or something. But it's obviously a lot of work, and so like once you do it, then I think you're good. It's definitely worth it.
It's like once you get over the fear and actually get off the fence, then you're all good. And it's just all good, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
let's talk a bit more about your results. What were your results like? So let's start off with the price transition. Previously, you were charging like at most around 700. What did you
Mhm.
raise prices to at your highest?
My highest was 1600.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then so it's great because, people, I think it's great because what I've noticed is people that would pay in the past, like when they would pay me like 400 or 700, whatever, they wouldn't really put the work in versus like obviously you want your client to have the results and you want to really connect with them and make sure that everything's going well. But then when they pay higher price, like they're way more serious, you can weed out the people, you can kind of like screen people out who aren't very serious and committed. And then you work with fewer people, so it's kind of like work smarter not harder. Like you work with only a handful of people and you charge a higher price versus like working with like 20 people and charging like a lower price. So it kind of just makes your life easier, and then those people obviously get the results because they're paying certain price and they're gonna put in the work.
Yeah. So your highest month was like, I think around 2 months in the program. And what was that? 6,000 something?
Yeah, so my highest with month was 6,500 for the whole month of October. And so yeah, that was super exciting.
What was your previous highest month from like just online coaching before that, before you started the coaching?
um Probably I want to say like my high before when I was on my own was back in May. It was probably around like 2,000
Hmm.
max. But that was like the one and only time it was like 2,000.
Okay, so you went from like 2,000 at your highest to like 6,500,
Mhm.
2 months in the program, which is incredible. I mean,
Mhm.
how's life now? Like now that you have the system, now that you're able to get online clients, you've moved places, right, to live on the beach because you don't have to
Yeah.
travel so much. How has it like, what have you been able to do with the money? What are your goals next?
So I was able to finally like move where I wanted to be. And then I was transitioning from like moving from my parents or like living with a friend to like finally like being fully on my own. Moving like that costs a lot. You have to like buy stuff for your place. So I was able to buy like all my new furniture. And so that was nice. And then I still have some extra like savings I can, like if I want to like travel or something, or I don't know, I just have more freedom, I feel like, and I was able to move to where I wanted to be.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And I am
Yeah.
So, anything else that you feel like, maybe you've got advice for, or you want to say for the people who might be a bit like on the fence about taking the leap?
I think it's definitely worth it. So I always believe in, when you take a bigger risk, when you take a risk, it's always worth it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like you're uncomfortable, but like that's where you grow the most. And I feel like when I was in your program, like mentally, like this last in October, like when I like generated 6,500, like mentally, like I feel like I just like grew to like a whole nother person.
Mhm.
And I think and just like realizing how like just dealing with like larger amounts of money or just like dealing and just like kind of dealing with that like mentally and then kind of just like pushing through and coming over like obstacles but also like having your support and your guidance. I think it's just so worth it and it just like, you really transform into like a different person like as like an entrepreneur and like a business person.
For sure. I think like even just looking at you now compared to 3 months ago, your biggest like change or success wasn't just the revenue you generated, but the person you've become. And it's been amazing to see that. So, thank you so much for doing this. And it's been so nice to actually work with you and be part of your success. So, where can people find you?
People can find me, I mean, on like on social media,
Mhm. Yeah.
on Instagram. My Instagram handle is toned with Shiva, and then my Facebook is Shiva Sudayan, so you can find me there. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you follow Shiva, check out her journey, give her a follow, reach out to her even. And Shiva, thank you so much for doing this. And I will speak to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.